Happy enough, but what about the locals? Well, let's go live and direct now to Gibraltar. I'll speak to GB News' reporter Jack Carson. Jack, again, you look resplendent there on the rock, the sun sizzling down. But on a serious point, every time there's renegotiation on Brexit, a reset, call it what you want, people's minds think about sovereignty. We've seen the Chagos Islands potentially going the wrong way. Now all eyes are on Gibraltar. What are people on the ground there telling you?
Well, it is another beautiful day here in Gibraltar. You're right to say that they are the concerns that we've been hearing today, concerns on sovereignty, concerns on what the details of this agreement are. A lot of people under the consensus that there needs to be an agreement, but what exactly that looks like, what the details might be, is still up for scrutiny as those final negotiations take place. We've been speaking all day to people here in Gibraltar to find out what it means. Let's speak to another one now. We're joined by Mike Nicholls, who's the owner of Chestertons Estate Agents, one of the biggest in Gibraltar here. The deal close to being done. What's your reaction to that?
We're close to desperate for a deal now. There's been uncertainty for 5 years, and with uncertainty, it's just the curse of business. Nobody can plan forward. Nobody knows if their staff can come over, because remember, 15,000 staff come over to fill 28,000 jobs. So you can't plan, you can't do anything. And also, you know, the UK, there's so many, say, high net worths who are moving out of the UK at the minute. Many of them come here, but more should be coming here. But we don't know what's going to happen to the border next week, next month, or in 6 months. And it's been like that for 5 years. So you know, that border will just be so welcome. Sorry, that treaty at the border will be so welcome here in Gibraltar.
And obviously, the implications, you know, like you just said there, are really big for business here, aren't they? You know, it's almost the future depends on it in order to ensure that, as Picardo, the Chief Minister here, has put it, fluidity. Why for you is that fluidity important at the border? Well,
once again, it's 28,000 jobs, 15,000 people of those come over from Spain across the border. So we have gaming companies here. Say 5,000 people work in the gaming community. 70% of those live in Spain. Well, if a gaming company can't staff its businesses, then it can't operate from here. If that border is closed because we failed to get a treaty, then we become like an island. And an island economy is very different to, say, like Luxembourg or Switzerland or even Monaco, where you can drive in and out, where you can access it really freely. And that is what we need. As long as our red lines aren't crossed, and they're very important to us, then I think everybody, nearly everybody, not everybody, nearly everybody will welcome this treaty, subject to what the conditions are.
And from a personal perspective, from a business perspective, what are those red lines you just mentioned there on the treaty? What are those red lines for you?
Well, it's sovereignty, jurisdiction and control. We're vehemently pro-British. You know, we wave the Union Jack with pride. We are fearful that Spain has any control, can exercise any jurisdiction here. Yes, we're going to have some sort of border at our airport, but we will want that to be Frontex, not the Spanish. There's a history of us not trusting the Spanish. We probably don't trust the Spanish. We probably would trust Frontex. So there's certainly a solution to it, but we are, you know, vehemently British. The whole nation is vehemently British, and we want to stay British. So we can't give an inch in those three: sovereignty, jurisdiction and controls.
Mike Nicholls from Chestertons Estate Agents, thank you so much for joining us and giving us that perspective. That's what Mike thinks, and many people have echoed exactly what he says there. There is a real concern around sovereignty and ensuring that here in Gibraltar it stays British.
Also, another